What if I told you there's a way to deal with narcissists that doesn't just protect your peace but flips the script entirely? Today, we're unlocking the secrets to making narcissists uncomfortable and powerless. Stick with me, because these 6 strategies will empower you to break free from their grip and reclaim your life. A narcissist feeds on attention the way a flame feeds on oxygen. The first step to making them miserable is simple: cut off their supply. When you refuse to react, to engage in their games, or to give them the drama they crave, they begin to lose their grip. Silence isn't just golden, it's powerful. It forces them to confront something they fear the most: irrelevance. Let me tell you something: narcissists are like mirrors that crack when there's no reflection to gaze upon. They thrive on applause, on validation, on being the center of your universe. They want your energy, your time, your emotions, and when you deny them that, it's like taking air out of a balloon. Watch them deflate. But here's the tricky part: they're not going to give up easily. They'll poke, prod, and push you to react. They'll bait you with insults, with guilt, with charm even. Don't bite. Don't give them the satisfaction. When you withhold your attention, they feel like a magician performing for an empty theater. No audience means no show. They might escalate their tactics, turning up the heat, trying to provoke you in new ways. But let me tell you, your strength is in staying still, staying silent, and showing them that your peace is not for sale. They can't buy it, borrow it, or steal it. And here's the thing: ignoring doesn't mean you're weak. It doesn't mean you're scared. It means you've risen above their level of games. It means you've decided not to play in their sandbox of manipulation and chaos. They'll hate that. They'll hate the fact that you're unbothered. That's their worst nightmare: to be rendered powerless in the face of your self-control. Think about this: every time you react, you're handing them your power. You're saying, "Here, take my energy. Take my peace." But when you choose not to engage, you're saying, "You don't own me. You don't control me." That's a message they can't stand to hear. Now, I'm not saying it's easy, because it's not. It takes practice. It takes patience. It takes resilience. But the payoff is worth it. Each time you ignore their need for attention, you're building a shield around yourself, a fortress that they can't penetrate. And that's where your power lies: in the ability to starve their ego and feed your own strength. So the next time a narcissist tries to draw you into their web, remember this: your attention is your currency. Spend it wisely. Don't invest in people who only seek to drain you. Hold on to it, protect it, and let them feel the emptiness of their own reflection. Here's the truth: a narcissist thrives in environments where boundaries don't exist. Your job is to create a fortress around your emotional well-being. Be firm. Be clear. And when they try to manipulate or guilt trip you, stand your ground. They hate boundaries because it's a reminder that they can't control you. The moment you set limits is the moment you take back control. Boundaries are like invisible lines drawn in the sand, marking where their influence ends and your autonomy begins. And trust me, a narcissist will test those lines. They'll push. They'll pull. They'll even try to convince you that your boundaries are unnecessary or unreasonable. But this isn't about their comfort, it's about your self-respect. Setting boundaries isn't selfish, it's an act of self-preservation. Imagine for a moment you're building a wall brick by brick. Each brick represents your values, your time, your energy, your worth. Every time you say no to something that drains you, you place another brick. And soon, you have this impenetrable wall that shields you from their manipulation. They'll hate that. They'll hate that you've taken away their ability to invade your space, your emotions, your mind. But boundaries aren't just about saying no. They're also about saying yes. Yes to the things that nurture your soul. Yes to the people who uplift you. Yes to the life you deserve. And when you say yes to yourself, you're automatically saying no to their control. Here's what's fascinating: when you enforce boundaries, it's like holding up a mirror to their behavior. They're forced to see that their tactics aren't working. They might try to guilt you. "Why are you being so cold? Why are you shutting me out?" Don't fall for it. Guilt is their weapon, but your boundaries are your armor. Let's be real: enforcing boundaries can feel uncomfortable at first. You might feel like you're being mean or too harsh. But remember this: it's not your job to make them comfortable at the expense of your own peace. Boundaries aren't about punishment, they're about protection. Protection of your time, your energy, your mental health. And boundaries aren't just for the big things. They're for the everyday moments too. Maybe it's not answering that late night call when you know it'll lead to drama. Maybe it's walking away from a conversation that's going in circles. Maybe it's choosing to spend your weekend with people who truly value you instead of someone who only values what you can do for them. Think of boundaries as a way of teaching people how to treat you. You're setting the standard. You're saying, this is what I will accept, and this is what I will accept, and this is what I won't. And if they can't respect that, that's on them, not you. A narcissist will hate your boundaries because it means they're no longer in control. But that's the point. By setting those limits, you're reclaiming your power. You're taking back what's rightfully yours, your peace, your joy, your life. A narcissist wants you to doubt yourself because your insecurity fuels their ego, but nothing frustrates them more than someone who knows their worth. Confidence is not just a state of being, it's an armor. It's the shield you wear against the criticisms and manipulations that narcissists hurl your way. Picture this: you walk into a room, head held high, shoulders back, exuding an aura of self-assurance. A narcissist will notice that immediately. Why? Because confidence is like a mirror that forces them to see their own shortcomings. It's a reminder that they don't have the power to define you, to belittle you, or to make you feel small. But let's get something straight. Confidence isn't about arrogance. It's about self-respect. It's about knowing who you are, what you stand for, and refusing to let anyone shake that foundation. Narcissists hate that because it's a quality they can't fake. Sure, they might put on a facade of superiority, but deep down, they're riddled with insecurity. And your authentic confidence highlights everything they lack. Here's the thing: a narcissist will try to chip away at your self-esteem. They'll use subtle digs, backhanded compliments, and outright criticism to make you second-guess yourself. But when you stand firm in your belief in your own worth, their words lose their power. They can't touch you. You become untouchable. Confidence also shows in how you speak and how you carry yourself. It's in your tone, your posture, your actions. Speak with conviction. Even if you're not feeling your most confident, act as if you are. The more you embody confidence, the more it becomes a part of you. And the more you project it, the more it unsettles a narcissist. They thrive on control, and confidence is the ultimate form of self-control. It's saying, I know who I am, and nothing you say or do will change that. Think about this: every time you show up as your confident self, you're challenging their narrative. Narcissists want you to believe that you need them, that their approval validates your existence. But your confidence says otherwise. It says, I validate myself. I don't need your approval, your praise, or your games. That's a message they can't stand to hear. But confidence isn't just about external appearances. It's about internal resilience. It's about knowing that no matter what happens, you'll be okay because you trust yourself. Narcissists hate this because they can't exploit someone who is self-reliant. They can't manipulate someone who doesn't need their validation. Here's a tip: whenever a narcissist tries to shake your confidence, remind yourself of your strengths. Think of everything you've overcome, everything you've achieved, and everything that makes you uniquely you. Ground yourself in that truth. Let it anchor you. Because when you know your worth, no one can take it away from you. Confidence is their kryptonite because it dismantles their illusion of control. They can't dominate someone who is self-assured. They can't win against someone who refuses to play their game. So walk tall, speak with certainty, and live with conviction. Your confidence is not just a weapon, it's your superpower. Have you ever noticed how a narcissist thrives on chaos? It's their playground, their stage, their arena where they wield power by keeping everyone else off balance. But let me tell you something: chaos only has power if you let it. When you refuse to react, when you stay calm, no matter how much they push your buttons, you strip away their ability to control you. Staying calm is a superpower. It's like standing in the eye of a hurricane, where everything around you is swirling, but you remain unshaken. A narcissist wants you to flinch, to yell, to lose your composure because your reaction feeds their sense of control. But when you master the art of calmness, you're sending a clear message: you don't dictate how I feel. I'm in control here, and trust me, they hate that. Let's break this down. When a narcissist stirs up drama, they're testing you. They might say something outrageous to provoke you or twist the truth to make you defensive. It's like they're tossing a match into a pile of dry leaves, hoping for an explosion. But what if you don't ignite? What if you simply look at them, unbothered, and let their words fall flat? That's power. That's control. But staying calm isn't just about silence. It's about inner strength. It's about breathing deeply when your instincts are telling you to yell back. It's about pausing and thinking before you respond. It's about choosing your peace over their chaos. And every time you do this, you're reclaiming a piece of yourself that they tried to take. Think of calmness as your armor. When a narcissist lashes out, your calmness deflects their words. When they try to bait you into an argument, your calmness becomes an impenetrable shield. They hate it because they can't control someone who doesn't react. They can't manipulate someone who refuses to play their game. But let's be real, staying calm isn't easy. It takes practice. It takes patience. And it takes a deep understanding of what's at stake. When you let a narcissist provoke you, you're handing them your power. You're saying, here, take control of my emotions. Take control of my peace, but when you stay calm, you're keeping that power where it belongs with you. Here's a tip whenever a narcissist tries to stir up chaos. Visualize yourself as a mountain, unmovable, unshakable. Let their words wash over you like a breeze, not a storm. Remind yourself that their drama is a reflection of their inner turmoil, not yours. You don't have to absorb it. You don't have to carry it. And don't mistake calmness for passivity. Staying calm doesn't mean you're ignoring the situation or letting them walk all over you. It means you're choosing to respond with intention instead of reacting out of emotion. It means you're prioritizing your well-being over their chaos. The beauty of staying calm is that it often forces a narcissist to reveal their true colors. When you don't react the way they expect, they're left scrambling. They might escalate their tactics, trying harder to provoke you, but eventually they'll run out of steam. They'll realize that their games don't work on you anymore. So the next time a narcissist tries to drag you into their storm, remember this: you have the power to stay calm. You have the power to rise above their chaos. And every time you choose calmness, you're taking a step toward freedom, a step toward reclaiming your peace. The best way to make a narcissist miserable: stop focusing on them altogether. Instead, pour all your energy into becoming the best version of yourself. Let me tell you something: growth is a form of resistance. When you shift your energy from reacting to them to investing in yourself, you're doing the one thing they can't stand: thriving without them. A narcissist wants you to stay stuck, to live in their shadow, to make them the center of your universe. But here's the truth: they're not the sun, and you don't have to orbit around them. Your life is yours to shape, yours to lead, and yours to elevate. And when you start to focus on your own growth, it's like you're planting seeds in a garden they can't touch. Those seeds will grow into something beautiful, something untouchable, and that beauty will eat them up inside. Now, growth doesn't happen overnight. It's a process. It's about making small, intentional choices every day that lead to big changes over time. It could be learning a new skill, taking up a hobby, focusing on your health, or building stronger relationships with people who truly value you. Every step you take toward becoming a better version of yourself is a step away from their control. And let me tell you, when a narcissist sees you flourishing without them, it shakes them to their core. Why? Because they want to believe they're the reason for your success, your happiness, your worth. But when you show them that you're capable of achieving greatness on your own terms, it exposes the lie they tell themselves, that they're indispensable. Nothing threatens a narcissist more than your independence. But focusing on your growth isn't just about proving something to them, it's about proving something to yourself. It's about realizing that you are enough, that you have everything you need within you to build a life you love. It's about reclaiming your power, your time, your energy, and redirecting it toward things that truly matter. Think about it this way: every moment you spend worrying about what a narcissist thinks or how they'll react is a moment you could be using to better yourself. Every ounce of energy you pour into their drama is energy you're stealing from your own dreams. It's time to flip the script. Stop giving them the starring role in your story. Write your own narrative, one where you're the hero, the main character, the one in control. And here's the beautiful part: growth is contagious. When you start to focus on yourself, the people around you will notice. The ones who truly care about you will cheer you on, and you'll begin to attract more positive, uplifting relationships. The narcissist, on the other hand, will hate it. They'll try to bring you back down, to pull you back into their web of control. But remember this, your growth is your shield. It's the proof that you've moved on, that you've risen above their games. Let's get practical. What does focusing on your growth look like? It could mean setting goals and working toward them, no matter how small. It could mean reading books that inspire you, surrounding yourself with people who uplift you, or taking steps to improve your physical and mental health. It could mean learning to say no to things that don't serve you and yes to opportunities that challenge and excite you. It's also about self-reflection. Take the time to understand who you are, what you want, and what makes you happy. When you know yourself deeply, you become unshakable. A narcissist thrives on your insecurities, but when you're confident in who you are, their tactics lose their power. And don't forget to celebrate your progress. Growth isn't always linear, and it's easy to overlook how far you've come. Take a moment to acknowledge your achievements, big and small. Each step forward is a victory, a testament to your resilience, and a reminder that you're capable of so much more than you once believed. Now, let me be clear, focusing on your growth doesn't mean ignoring the challenges or pretending the pain doesn't exist. It means using those experiences as fuel to propel you forward. It means turning your struggles into stepping stones and your wounds into wisdom. A narcissist wants you to stay stuck in the past, but your growth is the ultimate act of defiance. It's the proof that you've moved on, that you found a way to thrive despite their efforts to hold you back. When you focus on your growth, you're not just making a narcissist miserable, you're reclaiming your life. You're choosing to rise above their negativity and create a future that's brighter, stronger, and entirely your own. And that, my friends, is a power they can never take away.